This first poem is called Newspeak. Fake like the moon landing. Fake like the fire hydrants loosed on civil rights protesters. Fake like the southern dogs sicked on blacks in the land of liberty. Fake like the history of slavery. Fake like the treaties promised to Native Americans. Fake like suffrage to the majority of Americans denied more than half its history. Fake like military interventions in foreign nations to protect our interests. Fake like a two-faced apologist flipping a double-sided coin where the tales he spins leave us all at a loss. Fake like a man who pretends to care, who can't help himself from betraying himself. The manifest destiny demigod seen from sea to shining sea. Fake like toupees and boob jobs in the White House. Fake like reality shows. Fake like news sources who report facts despite their bias to someone who can't stand truth. This is called No Holds Barred, B-A-R-D. Sometimes I am an enigma to myself and others, trying to see through self-deception and propaganda with unbridled honesty, but admittedly more committed to discerning the truth submitted by others, which I see more clearly. I seek to find myself through my articulations, sometimes not knowing my ends or the means by which I will get there. I speak in riddles at times, even though I know I have an inner logic that shines through superficial attempts to understand me and my verse universe. I am sensitive. I am biased towards the oppressed because I felt the pain of persecution and want to bring about its end. I am a friend to the downtrodden and wretched, advocating an end to injustice and to inhumanity. So far, a hypocrite in how much effort I put out to alleviate the suffering of others on a practical level, rather than through rhetoric. But I'm not the only one. I admit I haven't done enough, filled with self-absorption. But I think by displaying honesty, I may further the course of social justice, which to me is a calling that can't be denied, once one looks into their own heart, and which needs no defending, except from the heartless and selfish, whose aim is to divide us apart for their own purposes. And this one I wrote about 6 a.m. this morning. It's called Bulb. I've been living low underground for so long, like a 17-year-old cicada, dreaming of the day when I will take flight, that I've failed to measure the increments, the steps I've taken to ensure I blossom when my time is ripe, my fruit's passion. I suppose myself a tulip, maybe an onion, one colorful and blooming, the other tear-jerking, each contributing to a matrix of personality that keeps shifting depending on circumstance. What I see before me is promise, and I honor my promises to myself. Inside I see the door opening to greet me, welcoming me to a future deserving of wealth immaterial that I own stock in. What I envision is dimly lit right now, but guaranteed to increase its wattage over time. The seeds of enlightenment will produce more than rose-colored glasses. They will yield resilience, a crop harvested only by those who endure hardship to survive and become a beacon for all living shadows. Thank you.